Hello, and welcome to the Disney Dunces. Using your touch-tone keypad, please enter the first 3 letters of the movie title you would like to see. You've selected The Big Year. If this is correct, please press 1 now.
Hello and welcome to Disney Dunces, the only Disney podcast presented by self-proclaimed non-experts. I'm Dunce number 1, but you can just call me Richard.
And I'm Craigs 2, and I'm Dunce number 2.
And I'm the third one. And I guess you can say this episode is for the birders.
Oh shit, that reminds me I should bring up my notes, shouldn't I?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, you saw this movie like days ago at this point.
Me too. We all saw this. This has been a couple days, and
It's a rough one. I apologize in advance. It's my fault for this episode's quality because I broke my dang microphone. But it's working now. I hope.
I mean, you're welcome. I gave Casca presents in his mic fixer upper kit.
what is it?
Oh yeah, I opened the package. This little envelope, and I'm like, okay. There's the weird USB thing. I needed that. There's a new wire. That makes sense. And what's down at the bottom? Oh, did Richard leave me candy? Is that sugar babies? And had it been the 1940s, I would have been right.
I gave him a bunch of plastic black babies.
And if you know anything about sugar babies, that joke was a little much.
Craig, do you want to fill the people in and tell them what they were called back in the day?
Let's just move on.
I don't even know what you're talking about, actually.
I either the joke lands or it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. There's no explanation, no need for it.
I'm just trying to remember, like, because you sent him a bunch of bag of babies once.
Yeah.
And that's not really canon to the podcast. So
I know that's why I didn't bring up the previous babies. Only.
Yeah, I also didn't even, that joke wasn't even related to the previous bag of babies I have. That one stood on its own. That one was purely a history of candy joke.
Now, a question, are these all the same baby? Or is it like different baby poses?
Each baby is like a snowflake, unique in its own way, but you can't really tell unless you look really close for all the inconsistencies.
Just like snowflakes.
Like snowflakes.
Gotcha.
Okay, movie time, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, let's go. What's this one called? I don't even know.
This is
Holy crap.
Year of the Birds.
No.
Year of the Birds, baby.
No. The Big Year.
The Big Year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, I had no idea what we should have covered this week, which is why I chose this movie.
Yeah, Richard gave us the options, this or Ewoks, and I knew I had heard how bad the Ewok movies were, so I said, and I looked this one up, and I saw, Jack Black, and Owen Wilson, and Steve Martin. This has got to be great.
Boy, were you wrong.
No, come on. This is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I would say this is a movie that exists. There's nothing good about it, really, but there's nothing
good about it. I think it's charming.
It had its moments.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
no.
it definitely had its moments. I don't think it's by no means a bad movie.
No, I agree. I definitely don't think it's a bad movie.
Yeah,
it's just...
I was gonna say this is like it reminds me a lot of Brave.
Yeah, exactly. It's a movie.
Yeah, and and again, it has its moments. There's heart here.
I read that this movie lost a ton of money.
I'll believe that. It was wild to me. So I didn't know anything about this. Even when you guys were talking about discussing this, I was working, so I didn't even see anything. And I said, "Well, Craig did pick not the Ewok one, so I'm not gonna complain." And then I booted up on my Disney Plus, and I'm like, "We're watching a movie about birding."
Well, you
Not
know.
only that, it's a comedy.
The discussion was Rich
about birding,
Rich gave us a
starring Jack
choice.
Black.
There was no discussion.
Look, I know.
And I just
no one
said
cares.
this
It's
one.
fine. It's
That was
fine.
it.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm familiar with the act of birding.
I didn't know it was called birding.
I've discussed the idea of a big year before with someone. I know this world.
I didn't realize.
I was just very surprised.
Why
this
is it
existed.
called birding and not bird watching?
Because it's just called birding.
It's like, well, the thing is, you're not really watching the birds. You just find it once and then you're done. It's like basically you got your Pokedex and you just want to have them seen. Like, you don't care about anything else.
You just have Dexter scan and you run to the next one.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
That's not necessarily true, though. I mean, but yeah.
I mean, there are some that, like, you take a while to just kind of look at and appreciate.
I mean,
like, like Magmar.
They showed that. They showed that later, They showed the
Did you
bald
say,
eagles
like,
in their mating
Magmar?
ritual.
He's just one you look at.
I would never look at Magmar for more than I had to.
What do you mean?
He's a real butter face.
Well, like, you see Magmar in, like, its natural habitat. You want to look at it for a while, not because it's, like, pleasing or anything, just because you're curious.
Not really.
I
It
like
just has, like a
Magby.
weird butt. Great.
We found the middle ground.
I don't think any of them are good. All those one-off Pokemon kind of suck.
What's it has a final evolution right now. Two, doesn't it?
Magmortar.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Also ugly. I hate those too. I hate when they went back. They had these ugly. They started with these one-shot Pokemon. They went back and made them babies. Hopefully, people would like them then. Still sucked.
I like
gave them a
I
final
like
evolution.
Electabuzz. Not a big fan of Elekid, and really don't like what is it, Electivire or something. That one I really don't like.
Electivire or something.
Yeah, I don't
Something
like that
dumb.
one, but I like
They
Electabuzz.
They suck in general.
Yeah.
It's a whole family of degenerates.
Oh.
I can't wait for Snorlax to evolve, and then I can hate him too.
I mean, it's coming. Like, he had his baby form, like, what,
Yeah.
3 generations late? Or
Munchlax is
2
good,
generations
though.
late, so.
I think 2 generations. Munchlax is good. And Snorlax is good. But once they give him that third evolution, I'm gonna.
He's gonna be really
flip
skinny.
shit.
He loses all the weight.
It's like Craig.
And I'll never get that. No, we're talking. He's gonna be like a stick. He's gonna be Sudowoodo.
He's just gonna be bones. He's gonna be ghost type.
I'd like that.
He had a heart
Yeah, that'd
attack.
be cool.
And died.
Aw, that's so sad.
Okay.
Okay. Is it time for a movie?
Yeah, I guess if we're done being real sad about Snorlax.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a rough one because my notes are not great. Because
That's
this.
fine. You just hit it and quit it, man. It's fine.
Because it seemed like this movie was just a bunch of skits. Like, there's really no way that events don't really flow into each other. Not much, at least.
No, not really. No, it was just here, they're there doing this, and there's a backstory for each character and what they learn along the way, but it's nothing like super crazy.
Yeah. So let's talk about the big year. What a big year is specifically. So basically, you have 1 year to find all the birds you can, and whoever gets all the birds, I guess their name gets published in a magazine. That's
Specifically in North America.
Oh yeah, North America. That's important.
And it's as many different species as you can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we got 3 competitors: Jack Black, Owen Wilson, and Steve Martin.
Also, very important. This is based off of a true story.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah,
Except
yeah.
for the fact that the names and everything that happens in it is false.
Is it just like, hey,
which the
there
movie
were men?
points out like immediately?
So is it just like, hey, there were men that competed for a big year?
There was a moment in time where there was a year where 3 guys competed for it. The end.
Perfect.
This, however, is not their names or their story.
Yeah, because like some of these are also dark.
I just lost it. Because and the movie starts off and says the event, this is based on the true life of 3 events, but all the facts are made up. It's like the first thing the movie says.
Perfect.
Which is the funniest joke in it.
I somehow missed this.
It's good.
I missed that one too. But
and then I
was
looked
very
into
in
it.
and
I'm
out
like,
of this
wow.
one. I'll tell you that. I fell asleep during the
Oh.
last movie, but this one I was just not even paying attention.
Oh, I was fucking enamored. Just everything about this that happened is so bizarre to me. Like, this movie was wild that this exists. I was hooked.
Oh, so
it's a comedy about birding.
All right, let's go into the characters. We got Jack Black. I have no idea what his name is aside from Jack Black.
It doesn't matter because they made up a name for him.
Okay, Jack Black. He's a loser. I guess
he's a loser. Come on.
Okay, he's a loser in his parents' eyes because
his father.
His father mainly. His mom gets it.
His mother is a big time supporter of everything.
Super supportive.
She's a lovely woman.
His dad's all like, "What's the deal with the birds, Jack? I didn't raise you to like bird. Go get a real job and another wife. You're a disappointment."
Oh yeah,
he's divorced.
He ruined his first. Did he ruin his first marriage over birding?
I don't think that it was the case for him.
They made it seem like he did, though. I
think it just. Oh well, he does imply that maybe it was the birding. Mm-hmm. Maybe he did ruin his first relationship over birding. They didn't go into details, but there's one scene later where he blames it on the birds.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's.
But again, he doesn't like. He's into it, but it's not like he's still doing a full-time job. He's not like some of these other people.
Yeah. Like, he's not completely ruining his life over it, but it's like, it takes up a good amount of it.
I guess. I don't know. He has a gift.
Yeah. He's kind of also like the underdog in the story, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he doesn't have a lot of money. So the traveling alone, broke. Just being able to do that was a hurdle he had to overcome.
He's still working full-time.
And he's working full-time. And he's fat because he's Jack Black, so you have that.
Well, hold on.
What does that have to do with anything?
This was probably like the least fat I've seen Jack Black in a film, though.
Well, that's just young. I mean, this is. I looked at 2011, so I mean, this is like
11.
You know, I wouldn't say early in Jack Black. It's still kind of early in his big career. I guess I don't know.
It's weird. This is weird. This movie's weird.
Okay, we're going to the next one. Steve Martin. Let's talk about him.
Yeah.
Steve Martin, married. I guess he's like the CEO or not CEO, but like
Big Steve,
executive.
He's like the owner. I don't know. He's the executive.
He's the
top
owner,
top of the
top dog here. Woof woof.
Yeah.
Of some kind of company. I don't know what.
I don't know. Imports and exports.
Yeah, all that matters is he's important, and this company, this they need him.
Yeah.
Joel McHale specifically very much needs him.
And small bald man. I don't know.
Yeah. So he's got responsibilities there. He's got mouths to feed within the company. People look up to him, but he just wants to, worry about birds, retire, look after his wife.
Time for his big year, baby.
Yeah, that's all he wants.
He's not looking at retirement. He doesn't want to retire. He's not ready to settle down. All he wants to do right now, though, is he wants to have his big year. He's been planning this for a while now, and this is it. Everything's El Nino's coming in. This means the birds are coming in. This is the year to do it, baby. If he's going to break that record, now's the time.
Yeah, so he wants to break the records, but we got another guy who also wants to break some records, Owen Wilson.
Well, who owns the record?
We're not really. Are we done with Steve Martin yet? Hold on.
You want more to see?
His wife is very supportive of his decision to do this. And he's.
It doesn't matter.
I think it does, because we're talking about. It's all about these different people.
All right, sure. No, let him talk about Steve Martin's wife.
And his kids, Steve Martin's kids, are expecting a baby.
Expecting a kid on this big year. He's gonna be a grandpa.
He's gonna be grandpa. Except, I feel like Steve Martin is gonna be a grandpa in every movie, though.
Yeah,
if he's ever in.
That's fine. I mean, he looked old for a while.
He was 30 years for playing grandpas.
Yeah, I get it. Like it works. I don't question it. Steve Martin's gonna be a grandpa. That checks out.
Can we talk about Owen Wilson now?
I'll go to Owen.
Yeah, we can talk about Owen. Wow, how was that?
What was that?
Like that was my Owen Wilson.
Is he the wow guy?
Yeah, he goes wow.
No
and
way.
Kerchow! How have we not covered Cars? What's wrong with us?
I don't know. We decided to do this one instead.
I know. We had a choice. There's a fork in the road. We're riding Owen Wilson. A fork in the road. Cars was over there. We picked the birding movie.
Well, actually, Cars wasn't over there. It was Ewoks.
It was Ewoks. Yeah, but if Craig said Ewoks, I would have taken the time to correct him and say, no, Craig, we're watching Cars.
Okay. Well, Owen Wilson, record holder extraordinaire. I don't know. His life is the birds, but he never saw a snowy owl or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. He's got a wife.
His third marriage, by the way.
She doesn't love bird marriage.
His third, not bird. His third
Oh,
marriage. His bird marriage. Yes, he's just
like she was a bird the whole time. I missed that part of the
What
movie.
a twist! Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, birds has ruined his life.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
We do know that for sure. Very clearly.
Birding has absorbed his entire existence.
We'll see how the story plays out, guys.
Plays out pretty much how you expect it to. Turns out.
Not me.
Oh, all right, buddy. But yeah, they've been trying to have a kid. She's on fertility pills and the like. And he promised not to do his big year, but he said El Nino's coming. Wow, I gotta get out there and watch the birds, babe.
Well, it also didn't help that we had a bunch of doofuses going around bragging about how it's their big year and trying to take his record from him.
That didn't happen. He just assumed people were gonna try to take the record because El Nino.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's when it gets cold and the birds migrate, right?
Correct.
Wow.
I still do not recall him ever doing a wow.
You gotta be kidding. He says it in every movie. He did it 3 times in
I've
this
seen
one.
Wedding Crashers like 30 times. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're gonna go back, you're gonna watch Wedding Crashers, and every time he says, wow, it's gonna slap you right in the face.
We're gonna have the wow counter, okay?
All right.
Come on.
So yeah, they just threw these guys together, and they just have an adventure across North America, just looking at birds.
Not necessarily together, but they do cross paths.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Fuck. Where do we even go from here now?
Well, where do you want to go? You could sort of get a feel for each character when you have Steve Martin, because they all have this weird bird hotline that says where a bird showed up.
Yes.
Which is wild.
It's like there's a bird
I gotta figure out this
across the country. Let me hop on a plane real quick.
Or this
There's
train.
a woodpecker in an old lady's backyard. Wow, I gotta get over there is a direct quote from the movie. Where in this part of the film, you see the Steve Martin character goes up. He's in a rush, but he's gonna, he knocks on the old lady's door, says, "Hey, I hear there's a woodpecker." She's like, "Yeah, I'll get you the key. Hold on, you gotta go to the gate." And she goes in there, she gets the key. She's talking to Steve Martin. And then Owen Wilson goes, "Wow, I gotta get a hold of this bird." And he just sneaks into her backyard and then sneaks right the freak back out. Because he saw the bird and he left. But, Steve Martin's being he's very polite, very nice guy. Yeah. He's in it to win it, but he's not doing whatever it takes. Yeah. Because he's polite. Unlike Owen Wilson.
Yeah, because Owen Wilson, he's like the bad guy in the movie. Everyone hates him. Even every character in the movie hates him. For the most part. Yeah.
You know who's also in this movie?
Rashida Jones.
Yes, but
Joe McHale?
Jim Parsons.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Jim Parsons is the only guy who actually likes Owen Wilson, I think.
Well, he doesn't seem to. He has like no role. You see him on his computer like twice, and he's like typing up.
I know, but he's
like he's following the story.
Oh my god! I was like, who the hell is Jim Parsons?
Sheldon.
Sheldon. Yeah, I got it. I forgot he was in this movie. It was Ichabod Crane.
Yes, it was. Ichabod's Cranes?
He had a
was that the name
blog.
of the birding blog?
What was it?
Ichabod's Cranes?
I think it was Ichabod's Cranes, yes.
That's pretty good.
Blog. It is good. I liked it.
He looks like him too.
He does. It's like perfect. They just said, we don't know. Okay, we just need an Ichabod character. We need a tall, lanky mother lover, and they got him.
I was trying to think of other tall, lanky men in Hollywood, and I'm having a hard time.
I'm trying to think. It's that guy who was
the guy from
The Office.
Yes.
He's another really good Ichabod.
Wait, Jim?
No, Gabe.
Oh, Gabe. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
What is that guy?
Zach
Zach Woods. That's his name.
That sounds something. Yeah, sure.
That dude is. Yes. He'd be even better. Actually,
he's the only other guy I think would have been. I would have been okay with it.
Oh God. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where we go from here, because now we just go on the goofy adventures, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, we could talk. We could jump to the boating incident. The boating incident is pretty important.
I
didn't go to see those seabirds.
I didn't write anything about the boating incident aside from this is where Rashida Jones comes in.
The boating incident is where it's where Rashida Jones comes in. It's where all of our boys could meet up for the first time. You get Owen Wilson, you get Steve Martin, you get Jack Black, all looking for some seabirds. But the captain of this ship has a history with Owen Wilson in particular. She doesn't particularly care for him. And that will be important later on. But for now, all you know is Steve Martin has a nasty case of seasickness. What's up, Craig?
I said Owen Wilson previously caused a mutiny on the last time he was on the boat.
She wanted to stop for whales, but he's like, we're not here to see whales, we're here to see birds. And that is literally the flashback. It felt so unnecessary for them to show that, but thanks for doing it anyway, you movie. Thank you. But yeah, so Owen Wilson notices that Steve Martin has a seasickness problem, and Owen Wilson's all like, I don't know who this guy is, but I guarantee he's about to have a big year, cause like, wow, look at him. So he gets him to he gets him to upchuck, and Steve Martin gets very sick, and he has to move to the inside of the cabin. Okay. So Steve Martin's all like, I don't like that Owen Wilson feller. He doesn't play fair. And Jack Black, he has this special ability where he can identify pretty much any bird just by the call. So after he's outside for a bit, he sees his birds, he goes back inside, and he meets Steve. He meets all Stevie boy. He's like, hey, you okay, buddy? You doing all right in here? I don't gotta worry about out there because I can hear what birds are. I'm very good at that. And Steve's like, wow, that's very impressive. Let's be best friends. And he goes, okay. And then he hears, caw-caw! And he goes like, what bird is that, Jack Black? And he's all like, that's Rashida Jones, and I'm totally gonna fucking hit it. And that kind of lays the next part of the movie where he falls in love with Rashida Jones, does bird calling throughout the movie, which is, I guess, impressive, right?
A little.
Y'all know Rashida Jones can make bird noises? She does a lot of it. She does a lot of it. You think she did that, but do you think that was like her thing? Or do you think she learned for this movie?
Yeah, she did it all the time on Parks and Rec.
It? Did she?
Yeah. No.
I don't believe you. I think you're making things up because you think I made up the Owen Wilson's wow thing.
You didn't make that up.
I didn't make it up. I know I didn't. He thinks I did, though.
Okay.
Because he's seen Wedding Crashers 4 times.
More than 4.
Supposedly.
It shows that movie's on TV all the time, and I always leave it on because it's so good.
Oh, you see, you're watching the 4TV version.
They cut out the wows.
They cut out the wow at the same time. He does it for so long and so often. You never get anywhere with it. That's why that movie's 2.5 hours.
Can I continue with the movie?
Continue with it. I just basically laid it all out for you.
Oh yeah. So we had them all meeting up there on the boat.
Wait, why are you just explaining the thing I explained?
I'm going over my notes because this was important. This is the Milanese knot.
He's just catching himself back up. That's all.
Yeah, because this was impressive. How he's able to bring all the characters together in a story like this.
They just showed up together. What do you mean? The birds brought them together. The birds.
Yeah,
man.
It's impressive.
The birds.
Because, well, okay, so I don't know if you knew this, but with the Game of Thrones books, there's a thing called the Milanese knot, in which George R. R. Martin was having a very hard time bringing all the characters together. And this movie did it!
They did it.
Yeah!
They did it. You know what? If he wasn't such a hack writer, maybe GRRM could have introduced birding to the story.
Yeah, and then they'd all
then
meet
it wouldn't
up.
be so hard to tie that knot.
Just follow the ravens.
Oh.
It would have been a feast for crows, much more interesting.
Yeah, but I guess we gotta settle for this.
I can't remember if I actually like that one or not. It's probably fine, right?
Fuck, I don't know.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
5 was probably the one that you hated.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was Danny focused.
Yeah, that was bad.
But
Storm of Swords, though, that was great.
Back to movie, though, because I think that we can
right.
go through this super quick, because
we're already
don't
halfway
need to,
through it.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about all the goofs, but what we will talk about is how, I guess, Steve Martin, his business is, like, they're losing some kind of trade deal.
Yeah.
Which is important. They need him at the office, but he just wants to go birding. I guess that's...
Specifically, he has to make this trip to Alaska, baby.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the scene where they go out to dinner? Or that not happened yet?
I mean, it probably happened. Not important.
It happens here.
I think it is really important.
Jack Black and Steve Martin go out to dinner because they're best friends. And Jack Black tells Steve Martin, hey, I'm having a big year. And Steve Martin's all like, cool. Which is significant because you'd think ideally Steve Martin would have said, hey, I'm having a big year too. But Steve Martin is thinking, if I tell Jackie Boy here, he's going to tell Owen Wilson. And Owen Wilson's going to try really hard to keep his record if he knows we're all having a big year. So he just doesn't tell him. And later on, this really upsets all Jackie Boy. There you go.
How does Jackie Boy find out?
That he's having a big year? Ichabod Crane, baby!
What'd Ichabod say?
Ichabod goes, hey, I met this guy with white hair who's old, who has seasickness. Remind you of anyone, Jackie Boy? Wink. And he's seen 344 birds. He's definitely having a big year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's how Jackie Boy finds out.
Okay, gotcha. So that's important. I guess throughout this, Jackie Boy is just trying to do his parents proud, and I don't know. That happens.
I don't know. He's just doing his best. He just wants to have a big year.
Yeah. But his dad comes around, right?
Eventually. Whoa, we're jumping that far? I thought we got to get back to Steve Martin in the business meeting and trying to make it to Alaska.
I mean, I don't know. I was just going to talk about the character arcs and the character development.
Oh, okay.
I literally cannot go through this movie event by event because...
I mean, I'll help you. I'm here to hold your hand, bud.
Okay.
I told you, I was enamored with this one because it's so fucking weird.
Because, like, to cover the movie, I just put Goofy Adventures.
I don't remember Goofy anywhere here.
Well, we got him, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, then rely on me, Richard.
Yes.
I'm here for you, buddy. All
Guide
right? So,
me.
The Steve Martin, you brought it up. It is important. You know, he goes out of his way to make this meeting happen, and he teaches these guys all about the strikes. What are they called? Strikes? They're cool birds. They mimic other birds to lure them in, and then they snap their necks and eat them. It's cool. And that's exactly what he does at this business meeting. He gets these guys over and says, hey, we're going to negotiate. Nah! Either make a deal with us now or we're walking. You guys can deal with it. I don't give a fuck. Later, bitches. And Steve Martin leaves because he has to make it back to Alaska. And this pressures the other guys into, you know what? Fine, we're doing it. It's a deal, baby. But sadly, Steve Martin doesn't make it to Alaska. And we see this because we get to see inside the plane.
Yeah. Where Jack Black and Owen Wilson, they're like looking out the window talking about how, what's-his-face, Steve Martin's doing a big year. And then Owen Wilson looks out the window and he's all like, wow. And he sees Steve Martin running for the plane. And that's it.
He says, whoa, for an old guy, he can really move, huh? Wow.
Oh.
And Jackie Boy's like, yeah.
And then they leave.
And they leave for Alaska. I don't remember where specifically in Alaska, but it's a place that's very important because El Niño's coming and it's bringing all these birds to this one island off the coast of Alaska.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, God. Okay.
I was drinking water during that one.
They go to Alaska. I guess at this point, Jack Black, he keeps trying to make moves on Rashida Jones.
And that's where he talks about his failed marriage.
I found a video.
And then he goes,
Wilson, wow, supercut. Owen Wilson says wow 15,000 times.
It's what he does.
Every
it's
Owen
his
Wilson
thing.
wow in chronological order.
Oh my God.
Wait, is that a YouTube video you're looking at?
That is a YouTube
Sounds like
video.
a YouTube video.
Oh my God.
It's weird because it shows home movies too.
Wait, doesn't Steve Martin eventually make it to Alaska though?
He does, but he's a couple weeks late. Maybe like one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He shows up a week later, and it's too late because there's a big blizzard that hits, and he can't see any of the birds. But he does get some time for Jack Black, and they make amends. He explains, like, hey, I knew about your big year, and I told Owen Wilson. He's all like, well, I left you a message on your phone
2 days ago.
5 days ago, but you don't get any reception out here in Alaska. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. He posted the video and it's just a picture of 4 Owen Wilsons mouthing wow. And it just popped up on my screen.
It's like looking at this, like Owen Wilson has mastered the YouTube thumbnail before everyone else.
God, I can't wait to click that. Oh, but I have to because I'm a professional.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, we're almost done with the movie.
Look at the name of the guy who posted it too is O-Energy.
O-Energy, oh my God.
O-Energy. Wow.
Oh my God. Wow.
So, okay. Where did we go from there? Wait, this is important because we're on to the next wow. Because they make up, and shortly after, I think that's when they look for the bald eagles.
Are you talking about the pink-footed swans?
No, there's like the bald eagles, and then they're like mating in the air or something.
Oh, the mating, the mating dance.
Yeah, they mate in the air, and then like I guess that they grab onto each other and they just stop flying.
It's a cool dance. Yeah, it's cool as fuck.
Yeah, and that's when Owen Wilson he just does his catchphrase, and
he does look at them and go, "Wow, those birds are gonna fuck." They get one F-bomb and they used it here.
Do you think this movie's
at least they paired it well?
Just went to
it's a good use.
Do you think the entire budget of this movie went to just B-roll of birds? Because
this entire budget of this film went to Jack Black, Owen Wilson, and Steve Martin.
Don't forget Jim Parsons and Rashida Jones.
Well, Jim Parsons wasn't a name yet.
Yeah, Jim Parsons wasn't a thing yet.
In 2011,
Big Bang.
Yeah, 2011.
Was probably a couple years later, right?
Yeah.
When did Big Bang Theory start?
I feel like
Big Bang Theory was, I'm pretty sure, at least like into its 4th season around 2011.
Oh
seriously?
Shit! Yeah, 2007.
Wow, what was it a phenomenon?
Yeah, that show ran for almost 13 years or 12.
Yeah,
12
that show
years.
ran forever. So I don't honestly, even if it was, that still feels pretty early.
It was at least building up traction around there.
Yeah,
like
exactly. And it was also it was big.
Computer guy.
At that point. But he was
computer
not.
Guy.
He was not.
Go to the Big Bang Theory. Go to Big Bang Theory like episode wiki and just start looking at like season premiere numbers. We got to compare those. We got to see what.
You have to consider like when this movie was actually shot.
I mean, it was. It was.
I mean, true. Like.
But
how many
by
scenes do you really need
they were 5 seasons in, so I mean that was big already.
They had Jim Parsons in 3 scenes.
He was literally 3 scenes.
Yeah.
Like,
and he wasn't really the focus of any scene.
That's true.
I'm going to say this is well before Big Bang Fever.
Nah, I'm willing to put my money.
Do you ever consider Jim Parsons just really likes birds?
No.
This is a passion project for him.
No. I don't know. I can't even imagine Jim Parsons being a real human being.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's because he's tall and lanky.
Maybe. I saw him in an interview once. He seems like a really nice guy.
Oh, okay.
Very southern.
Can you do his voice for me?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
Yo, Sheldon, he was also a southern boy.
Yes. Yeah. But I think even like naturally his voice is he has even more of a southern drawl than he did on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it was like legit like, oh wow, this boy is like deep south, huh?
Yeah, because like I think that there were like a few instances they actually made it come out just like for like parts of episodes when I think his mother was around, maybe. I don't know.
I'll believe that. It's just like if you hear him talk with his regular voice, it's like, oh wow, this boy he's in it deep.
Oh God. So okay, where are we going? So we saw the mating dance.
We chased the pink-footed goose.
Is that when what's his face Jack Black just like goes all over the country and then he makes it to Rashida Jones's place?
That's for the second pink-footed goose sighting, but yeah. Eventually that happens. I just wanted to, build up to it. Like, why would he go all the way there? Because he missed the pink-footed goose the first time.
Yeah. But, he had a thing for Rashida Jones, got her number, blah, blah, blah.
They talked a lot while he was exploring.
Steve Martin really kind of pushed it, though. Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's the one who gave him the idea. He said, hey, why would you get her number? And, maybe if you see a rare bird, you call each other up during the summer.
Then it happened.
And it happened. They talked all summer while he was out birding.
and apparently the boyfriend never came up until,
Until it was time to go to her place and see this pink-footed swan.
Whoa.
And Jack Black was a real asshole about it. Oof, that made me uncomfortable.
What did he do? I forget.
Well, he shows up, and Rashida Jones is there, and he gets off the train, and then he's like, the boyfriend's gonna give them a ride to the pink-footed swan, and the boyfriend's all like, "What are you guys gonna see some kind of pink swan or something?" He goes, "You fucking moron! It's a pink-footed swan, okay? If it was a pink swan, I would have wasted all my time coming here."
I thought they already used the F-bomb earlier.
Well, it's Jack Black. He can have as many as he wants. It's in his contract.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal.
It's true.
Okay.
But yet he goes, like, maybe there'll be like a purple goose or something there too. It's like, Jack Black, man, you're making me feel weird.
Wow.
Oh. I guess, what else happens in this movie? I guess, Steve Martin, he has a kid who has a son, right?
Well, he doesn't have his kid. His kid has a kid.
He wouldn't know, though. And he's popping kids out all the time.
And he named a kid after him, little Stevie Jr.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
The kid's named after him, yeah. And then, then you get this moment where Steve, this whole movie, we didn't talk about it, but he is struggling with the idea of, does he want to retire? Is he ready to go into the last part of his life? Is
the
he ready
abyss.
to settle down? Is he done with this? Exactly. There's the line of do you want to stare into the abyss? That Mikhail says to him, trying to edge him to come work for this new company because they have another deal later on. But he realizes, especially after he sees his grandkid, that he's done. He did it all. He's ready for it. He wants to be here for this kid. He doesn't want to be there working or birding for the rest of his life.
But the thing is, isn't this... So I kind of got, the son was born, or the grandkid was born. And then, it seemed like things were going to turn in which he, focuses on life and family. But it seemed like he just kept looking for birds.
Well, he was still in the middle of his big year, buddy. He was going for the record.
Yeah,
I just thought that he kind of had his priorities
July
straight.
At this point, he's like,
just
the
had
kid's
birds
barely
as his priority
born. What is he going to do?
What is he? He's like 8 months into this thing. You want him to stop now?
I mean, I thought it would make for a better character arc if this was the turning point.
He's at this point where
says,
he's got this new friend in Jack Black too, and they're gonna do it together. They're gonna beat Owen
That's
Wilson.
true. They did say they would team up. Jack Black, Steve Martin.
And I feel like Steve Martin doesn't really make his decision until later on, where the guy calls him up and says, "Hey, so the deal's falling through because instead they want to do a merger. They want to combine all these companies together, and they want you at the helm, buddy." And then he's all like, "No, I'm done. Later, bitches."
But he's gonna finish his big year. He's just figured he's not gonna work the rest of his life.
He's fucking eight months into a year of watching the birds. Why would you stop now? Be dumb.
So Steve Martin, he had his character arc there, his turning point. But Jack Black, his big thing was his relationship with his father. And I forget what the turning point was. Did his dad die or something?
Heart attack.
Yes, his father had a heart attack.
Mild heart attack.
Oh, yeah, that's why he's still in the movie later.
Yes.
Okay.
And he shows up to the hospital, and he sits down, and I guess having nowhere else to go because he's stuck in the hospital, he has to sit there and listen to Jack Black talk about birds. And Jack Black specifically talks about his
I'm sure he wished that the heart attack did kill him.
Bazinga. So...
Wow.
I can't. So Jack Black sits down and talks about his favorite bird. It's this little brown bird. He says, "You see this bird? Everyone counts this bird out. Everyone sees this bird because this bird he travels the world. You know, it's what he does. He's born in like Nebraska. He ends up in Honolulu. He's skiing in the Alps. This fucking bird is everywhere. This is my favorite bird. He's the dog
for
bird.
a second, I thought you were talking about a person because I'm hearing like skiing in the Alps, and I'm like,
Well, that's the thing though, because this bird, and I think the dad realizes it too. Like, this bird is my son. I counted him out.
Oh, I thought he was
He's
just
making
impressed
shit
by
happen.
the bird.
No, he's not impressed by the bird. He gets to see the birds through his son's eyes for once, and it kind of clicks with him a little bit. And he's beginning to understand what birding means to his son. And this is important later because he's sitting down, he's at home, Jack Black is helping him readjust to his new life because he just had a heart attack. He needs an oxygen tank, he needs all this stuff. Jack Black is getting it set up for him. Jackie Boy's phone rings. His dad answers it. It's Steve Martin. He's all like, "Hey, I just figured I'd let you guys know there's a whatever the hell, some kind of owl. I don't remember the specifics. I apologize.
Great horned?
It's a horny owl, a great big horny owl.
Yes,
and it's your neck of the woods. So I figured I'd let him know." And the dad's like, "Hey, I heard about you, Steve Martin. I think you're great." And then Steve Martin's like, "Hey, your son talked a lot about you too. And you should be real proud of your son. He's about to break the record." He goes, "Fucking what now?" Because the father gets one too. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes,
"Wow,
wow." I had no idea. So he hangs up and he goes, "Hey, yo, Jackie boy, get your coat on. There's some kind of bird I want to see, and I'm taking you with me." So they go off into the woods. It's snowing. They're gonna find this owl.
This is the best
Dad,
part.
This is the best part? Please go. You tell it.
Okay, guys. They're going in the mountains. They're going in the forest. It's snowy out there. And Jack Black chilling with his dad. But Jack realizes, like, yo, Pops, he's gonna slow me down. This bird is gonna get away. So Jack Black goes off on his own. His dad says, "Yeah, you can go. It's fine. I'll just be here, I guess." And after a while, Jack Black does some searching, and he's all like, "Wait a fucking second. My dad just had a heart attack."
It was really good because it is literally what happens. It's like, come on!
I just left him in the snow with his oxygen tank.
Good.
And he eventually finds the dad just kind of like leaning against a tree, and I'm all like, "Oh shit.
Your dad's gonna fucking die here." He's like, "Dad!"
But he's not dying.
Dad's like, "Shut up! Look, it's the fucking owl!" And they have like this really nice moment together.
No, the owl, it's fucking. That's why, because it was horny.
It was horny.
It was really horny.
So, I guess we close that character arc.
Yeah. And there was this whole thing going on with Owen Wilson where he keeps ignoring his wife, so his wife decides to like renovate the house. And it's like, oh man, is she having an affair with the renovator boy or whatever the hell? Who cares? Doesn't matter.
I was feeling real bad for Owen Wilson at that point.
Oh, so Owen Wilson is apparently a contractor. I don't know. That's probably important. Who cares? His character sucks.
Yeah.
His character art sucks too.
Well, he's a
like,
douche.
you kind of
and
felt
that's
bad
the
for
whole
him,
point,
though.
Yeah, like, you feel bad for him. He's just the whole time. He's just like letting. He's like, "No, I'm gonna keep going
because
to beat this record. I don't care about my wife and about
because there's a point where you see that Owen Wilson, he is a man of honor. Because some dude, he was all like, "Oh, I heard a bird call. I'm just gonna mark it down in my thing." And Owen Wilson puts him on blast, and you're all like, "Oh, so he has integrity."
Of course, he has integrity. He cares about this record so much, but he earns it. I get that. But he still promised his wife he wouldn't do this. They were trying to have a baby together. She's being pumped up on a full of fertility medicine and all this other shit. There's a scene in the movie where she has a doctor's appointment.
This is the best part.
Also, his hand is on the door, and he gets a call.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's okay. So he's at the doctor's appointment. He shows up. He's gonna show up for it like really freaking late. Everyone in the doctor's office is like, "Oh, your husband's not coming. Do you just want to call?" And she's like, "No, he's gonna be here." And he gets there. He puts his hand in the door. He's gonna walk inside.
I'm so excited.
Hey, Owen. There's a snowy owl out here. And he's all like, "Sorry,
wow,
babe. Wow." I'm stuck in Boston, Wow. Guess I'm not gonna make it to your whatever the fuck. Later, toots. And he runs off.
I thought this was his chance at redemption.
He couldn't take 5 minutes for his wife.
Like, I really thought this was where you kind of, like,
No.
because they were kind of building towards, he's not a
is
bad
he
guy
would've
at
won
all.
Anyway.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That
It
one
was
bird
so-
wasn't
it was
going to
so
make or break him.
nonsense.
He was ahead.
Yeah. It was terrible.
But this
He's
was
a
his
terrible person.
his Moby Dick. It was his white whale.
Yeah, his white whale, the snowy owl. Whatever. He ends up spending Christmas in a China restaurant talking about China birds.
To a bunch of Chinese men.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's important later.
yeah.
That's why I mention it now.
But I guess I don't know. Did we just go to the end of the movie now?
Go to the end of the movie now, I guess. I mean, we saw this one moment where, you know, while this is happening, you got Steve Martin and Jackie Boy. They get together, and there's this big storm happening, and they have to see the seabirds. It's their last chance, their last ditch effort to break the record.
What the
and destroy
fuck?
Owen. What?
Seabird. Oh, was this the ferry?
Yeah.
This is they go back to the fairy lady, and it's
Okay.
Thanksgiving, I believe. So there's nothing happening. The lady's taking the day off, so they go to her house and they beg her and they say, "We gotta do this because we gotta show Owen Wilson what for." So she ends up going, "Wow, I'm in," and they go on the boat. So it makes you think, oh, they have a chance of actually beating Owen. Turns out that was a fucking lie, but whatever.
Yeah. I don't even remember this scene.
It's a lie. I remember it because I was heartbroken. Because like 3 scenes later, they get the results of the big birding event, and Jack Black took second, Owen took first, Steve Martin's in like 4th or something. Who cares? He stopped. He didn't care anymore. He was spending time with his son. Jack Black kind of lost steam too because on New Year's Day, I believe. Turns out Rashida Jones broke up with her man, and they ended up getting together.
Yeah.
So at this point, they're in a relationship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they sit down and they go, "Hey, you know, Steve Martin, I think we made out pretty all right. You know, we won. You know, forget Owen Wilson. Sure, we did it. We broke the record. We didn't break this new record, but whatever. Second place is good. And, you know, I ended up with Rashida. You ended up with the family. And Owen Wilson's he's out in fucking China because his wife left him. Isn't that funny?
I mean,
Because
did the wife leave him or did he leave his wife?
No, the wife left him.
Oh.
She was done. She was
Okay.
done with it.
But at least he got to go to China now.
Yeah, I mean, he's hanging out in China now.
Yeah. I mean,
And he sees a family, and he just sits there and he cries. And he just, with the last ounce of him, he goes, "Wow."
and they were
Roll
all like,
credits.
only Owen Wilson knows the price he paid.
That's my favorite line. Oh, this movie is so fucking wild. It's weird that this exists.
It really is. Like, imagine the person making the pitch for this movie. Like,
Like, I know it's based off a book. This is based off a book of true events.
yes. Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's still fucking weird.
Oh, I imagine the pitch had to say, "We're getting top."
You gotta have
Hollywood.
Jack Black. You gotta have Owen Wilson. You gotta
Yeah.
have Steve Martin. So, if you don't have it, we can't make this movie.
Yeah, because who else are you gonna put in there?
Oh man, I don't know, bud. I don't know. Like I appreciated that we got to see this because mine was blown the whole fucking time.
Oh, what a movie!
What a movie!
Be good with
Oh.
they had like Eddie Murphy in there.
Who's he gonna play?
Anybody. I mean Eddie Murphy. They all played. As far as we know, they played themselves.
That would have been great. Eddie Murphy as Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy could have been the 3rd place guy because we don't know who won 3rd place.
That's right. It's just some guy.
Yeah, it was just all like Steve Martin. He came in
The
4th.
sequel where we get to see the 3rd place guy's story.
Ooh, the bigger year.
Ooh, well, no, the not so big year.
The not so big. Oh, that's true. He is the 3rd place guy.
Yeah,
You know who's what? So what was the number that he ended up with? Like 740 something or
750
something?
something like that.
So I looked up the actual big year rankings.
Yeah.
The top guy His name is John Weigel or Weigel.
Are you talking about the current leader? Or? Yeah.
836.
What year?
Good for him.
2019.
2019, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. He also has the year before that one.
He does.
Imagine
He
the
has
El
the record
Nino
twice.
then.
Yeah, what was it? The wild thing about it, I checked what year this was all happening. It's not even the same number. They even used the real numbers. I don't know why. You think that much they could have used?
They didn't want
The
to make
record
it
was like
too
745 or something. It's like, why did you add 10 birds? Did that really make or break it? Those 10 extra birds he saw Owen Wilson had. It was in his contract. He had to beat the actual record.
It's like how The Rock has to like beat the crap out of everybody in his movies or something that's in his contract.
Is that really in his contract?
I think it is. Like, it's not. It's part of the reason I think him and Vin Diesel got into it in Fast and the Furious. Like, he has to look good. The Rock.
Oh, okay, so he doesn't have. Wait, what is? I need to know specifically.
Like, he can't
what it is.
lose.
He's been in the Tooth Fairy. He's been in what, the Game Plan? I don't think he's beating.
We're talking about a little bit like more recent stuff.
Okay, he can't lose. That's a little.
Imagine Jungle Cruise.
Here. Jason Statham and The Rock have contracts that stipulate they can't lose in fight scenes.
I hate that. That makes me hate. That's gross.
Wow, now that's spoilers for every movie that The Rock is in.
So Hobbs and Shaw,
Jason
they'll
Statham.
never lose. I mean, they're not going to.
But still,
It at least
No.
adds a little bit of tension if we didn't know that.
yeah, that's weird. What a weird thing to stipulate in your contract.
Yeah. It's like playing with cheat codes.
Yeah. What's wrong with The Rock? You don't think he could win by actually fighting? Sure, he probably could. He's fucking huge.
Oh, but he just
Scary.
wants to make sure.
He just wants to.
So,
I don't know. Whatever.
okay. Well, apparently Craig had a problem with my choices for this week. So,
Craig, would you like to pick this one? Wait, hold on. Do you feel any better about this movie that we talked about? I think that happens sometimes.
No. I mean, I didn't hate it though. I never said I hated it. I just didn't think it was
fine.
It was fine. It was a movie. It was brave.
It existed.
okay, Craig. Craig, you can choose. Well, give me 2 movies and I'll choose.
Okay.
It'll be like what we did last week, but the roles are
Craig,
reversed.
you know what one of them has to be, or I'm going to punch you in the throat.
Wow. Let's do. Okay, so Cars. We could do Cars, or we can do Cadet Kelly.
I know what I'm voting for.
I'm going to say Cadet Kelly just because I don't want Casca to have any satisfaction from this podcast.
Wow.
Sorry, dude. It's Cadet Kelly.
Besides, that whole podcast is just going to be even more wows than this one.
No, it's going to be Kerchow.
Oh,
It's a little different.
All right, so
fuck.
now we all have to watch this Owen Wilson wow in chronological order video.
Wait, do we do that after we stop recording or before?
Let's do that during. Dude, everyone say your goodbyes.
That's number 1 signing off. Good night and good bless.
I'm Craig Stu, and I'm leaving too.
And I'm the third one. Boys, get ready. 3, 2, 1, hit it.
From